Good morning, children. Welcome to our environmental class today. And we are going to take up the subject environmental education. And the chapter is forests. Okay. So we are going to revise in environmental education, chapter 5, forests. So first of all, I want to tell you about the importance of forests. You know, children, very well that forests are so very important for us. And what are forests? Forests is a vast area covered mainly by trees and shrubs. Okay, children. And depending upon the temperature and rainfall, dense and open forests grow. Okay, children. And it is a complex ecosystem that supports various life forms. So you understand, children, forests are so very important in our life. So now I'll be sharing the screen with you all. So all of y'all please follow up and pay attention, and we will be revising chapter 5, forests. So children, here we are with chapter 5, forests. Forests are natural ecosystems having a rich variety of flora and fauna. So here children, firstly, I will explain to you about what is forest. Forests are the original plant cover on the earth's surface. Existence of plants and animals is confined to the biosphere. Okay, children. And biosphere includes everything in limits in which living beings are found, including the non-living components. Okay, children. Then what happens? It can be compared with the web of a giant spider. Here I am explaining about the natural ecosystem. Forests are natural ecosystems having a rich variety of flora and fauna. So means it can be compared with the web of a giant spider in which every thread remains connected either closely or remotely with one another. Okay, children. And in the biosphere, the organisms remain connected with each other, forming a kind of web called the web of life. So the web of life is a well organized and a delicately balanced system. Here it may be noted that the web of life is not static. Not static means not permanent. It keeps changing. It's not the same. So it is constantly changing, yet maintaining a kind of balance or equilibrium in the nature. So natural vegetation, forests are so very essential because they are natural ecosystems having a rich variety of flora and fauna. Now I will explain to you what is ecosystem. So plants and animals depend on one another for survival. Okay, children. And relationship between plants and animals Plants and animals are biotic component. Okay, children. So plants and animals and their interaction with the abiotic or physical. Abiotic means non-living and biotic means living. So here I mention again that relationship between plants and animals, that is biotic, and the interaction with the abiotic, physical or non-living components form an ecosystem. So you understood, children, how does this ecosystem work? Okay, forests are natural ecosystem. So next is here, you know now, biotic are plants and animals, abiotic are non-living things. Now air, water, soil, temperature, etc. are the physical components, or we can call them non-living components of the ecosystem. These are non-living components of the ecosystem, or we can call them physical components. Whereas plants and animals are called the biotic components. Followed, children? So plants and animals are biotic components and air, water, soil, temperature, etc. are abiotic component. Now, once again, I am repeating the definition of ecosystem. So you pay attention. That is, plants and animals depend on one another for their survival, and relationship between plants and animals and the interaction with the abiotic or physical components form an ecosystem. Okay, children. So a forest may be defined as a large area mostly uninhabited by human beings but covered by different types of vegetation, means flora. Flora means vegetation, and a home to a wide variety of animals, that is fauna. Okay, children. Forests are found in all regions of Earth, namely the polar, the equatorial, and the mountainous regions. So now you know forests are found in all regions of the Earth. The polar region also, the equatorial region also, and also in the mountainous regions. And the types of vegetation and the variety of animals present in a forest depend on many factors, such as the region, the climate, the soil and rainfall, etc. Okay, children. So now you know that the type of vegetation and variety of animals present in a forest depends upon many factors, and these factors are the region, the climate of that particular area, and the soil in that particular region, and the amount of rainfall. Okay, children. Now, as we go further, forest cover. Now, here is the area. Forests cover about 1/3 of the Earth's land surface, of which about 50% is occupied by tropical forests. Tropical forests grow in a band around the Earth's equator. Okay, children. And many diverse types of animals and plants are found here than anywhere else on the Earth. Okay, children. And however, due to growing demand of timber, wood, the tropical forests are disappearing, shrinking, depleting. So what has to be done? Unless we take steps to protect them, the rare plants and animals living there will gradually disappear. So this is a very important point here, beta, that what we have to do, we have to protect the forest. And if we will not protect the forest, what would happen? The rare plants and animals living there will gradually disappear. Here you can see a picture of forest ecosystem here. Life is existing here. And now in the next picture here, you can see a tropical forest. So just now I have explained to you that tropical forests grow in a band around the Earth's equator. Okay, children. Now we go to the next topic, that is importance of forests. So as we know, forests are very important in our life, in biosphere. So forests are very important natural resource and extremely important to us, to man, to human beings. And we can classify their functions broadly into three categories. That means we can classify the functions of forests into three categories. First is the protective function. Second type of function will be productive functions. And third function will be accessory functions. Okay, children. So now here we will be reading and learning in detail and revising in detail about the importance of forests. So here we have the first function, that is protective functions. Protective functions we are going to learn about. Forests are greatly responsible for rainfall and maintaining water cycle. What is the first function of forest? That is, they are responsible for rainfall and maintaining water cycle, because if we don't have forests, we will not be able to have monsoon winds, and monsoon winds are the ones which bring rainfall. So forests are responsible for rainfall and maintaining water cycle. The leaves transpire, leading to cloud formation and thus resulting in rain. Moreover, when this rainwater comes to land covered by forests, the roots hold onto it and thick ground growth lets it stay longer in one place. And this helps in percolation of water to the water table. Okay, children. And water table I have already explained to you in the previous chapter. So now we continue. In this way, we see that forests help in maintaining the water table. They serve as agents of retention and percolation of water. So this is the important protective functions of water. They serve as agents of retention and percolation of water. The transpiration from thick foliage in forests help to maintain humidity in air also. Okay, children, here you can see the picture of percolation of water. So this was all about the protective functions. Means forests protect us from strong winds, heat and cold. They prevent what? Soil erosion, floods, and thus are helpful in conservation of soil. So these are the protective functions. Now, among the protective functions, we will be learning about forests, how forests prevent soil erosion. So how do they prevent? The roots of the trees help to prevent soil erosion by binding it and not allowing the soil to run away with water or blow away with wind. So that's how forests prevent soil erosion. Okay, children. So now what we have learnt about? We have learnt about the protective functions of forests. Now we have the second importance of forest, that is productive functions. Productive functions here, forests provide a number of economically important products. Forests give us so many products. So here we are learning about productive functions. What products they give us? They give us timber, they give us cane, bamboos, and essential oils, resins, etc. Okay, children. And these are so many very important products which we get from the forest. What products are there? Such as timber, cane, bamboos. You can see here in the picture also timber and bamboo. Bamboo forests are here, see. And this is timber here. And essential oil, resins, etc. Okay, children. Forest animals provide us with honey, meat, ivory, hide, skin, lac, etc. So children, here we are learning about the productive functions of forests. Okay, children. So now we go further. Apart from these, a number of forest plants find use in medicines. We also get so many medicinal herbs, are found in the forest. They grow in the forest. So apart from the timber, etc., bamboo, etc., we get number of forest plants find use in medicines, such as eucalyptus and cinchona. The oil from eucalyptus is used to relieve from pain, and whereas the bark of cinchona tree gives medicine quinine, which is helpful against the disease malaria. Okay, children. So now you know the importance of forests. So these were productive importance of forests, how forests are important to us. Now, as we go further, you can see here in the picture, these are the medicinal plants here, medicinal herbs. Okay, children. So, by this, we have learned about the productive functions of forests. Okay, children. So, once again, I repeat, how are the forests important to us? So here it is that they are important to us. They have productive functions. Now, what are the productive functions? Forests provide a number of economically important products such as timber, cane, bamboo, essential oils, resins, and apart from these, a number of forest plants find use in medicines. And then forests function in so many other ways, and these are also their productive functions. In brief, I will explain to you that what are the forests do, what does the tree do. So many trees are there. So trees are precious. Forests are made of trees. How forests are made? Forests are made of trees, means there are number of plants, number of trees are there. So that means trees are, or forests are so very important in our life. What do? They give us production of oxygen. So these are a few extra productive functions of forests which I am going to tell you. First one is productive or production of oxygen. Then they also work as air purifier. Forests control what? Soil erosion and fertility of soil. They control humidity and recycling, providing shelter to birds, mammals, and other animals. And so many products we get from the forest, from the tree. So here we have completed the productive functions of forest. Now, among the productive functions, forests provide number of important products such as timber, cane, bamboo, essential oils, resins, etc. And apart from these, they also what give us? Number of plants are used as medicinal plants in medicines. So many medicinal herbs are grown in the forest, such as eucalyptus and cinchona. The oil from eucalyptus is used to relieve from pain, whereas the bark of cinchona tree gives medicine quinine, which is helpful against malaria. So children, we have learned about the productive functions. And now we will be learning about the third function. So here we come to know that the third function of forest is accessory function. Extra functions, what other work forests are doing. So these include the role of forests in recreation, aesthetics, as a habitat to a wide variety of wildlife. Recreation means we have so many, in a forest area, we have jungle safari, national park, and so many other forest reserves are there. So here they are also work as recreation, aesthetic, and as a habitat to wild variety of animals. So many wild animals are there, and forest is a home for them. It's a habitat for them. Habitat means it's a home for wildlife. Forest is home for all the wild animals. Okay, children. And then now we continue with the accessory functions. The importance of forests can also be classified as ecological and economic. So here among the accessory functions, we can classify the importance of forest into two parts, that is ecological functions and economic functions. That means the ecological importance and economic importance. So first we will learn about ecological significance. Forests help in balancing oxygen and carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. Regulate Earth's temperature regime and the water cycle. Followed children, I repeat, forests help in balancing oxygen and carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere, regulate Earth's temperature regime and the water cycle. So they regulate the temperature, they control the temperature and also the water cycle. Forests increase the local precipitation and water holding capacity of the soil, thus preventing drought situations. Okay, children, this is so very important point. Vegetation cover slows down the runoff on soil surface, checking soil erosion, silting and landslide, and reducing the danger of floods. So what does forest do? They also are preventing the flood. They prevent soil erosion. Fallen leaves maintain the fertility of soil by returning the nutrients. How? Fallen leaves, dry leaves, you might have seen they are always falling. The trees shed their leaves, no? So what happens? They maintain the fertility of soil by returning the nutrients. Forests also provide home to large number of wild animals. Okay, children. Here you can see a picture of landslide. So we are going to, what are the forests doing? Their function is to prevent soil erosion. And forests also provide home to large number of wild animals, protecting them against strong winds and solar radiation. Here you can see in this picture, so many wild animals are there, home to many animals here. So this is beautiful. Forests are so very important in our lives. And now we have the next function of the forest, that is economic importance. Economic importance of forests, economic significance. Wood, which we get from forest, is the chief product of forest, has various domestic and industrial applications. So wood, the chief product of forest, has various domestic and industrial application, means wood is used in industries as well as at home, domestic work. So wood, when used as a fuel, is considered better than coal as its sulfur and ash contents are low. Besides fuel, wood forests provide raw material for wood-based industries such as pulp and paper, composite wood, rayon, sports goods, boat building, matches, etc. Okay, children. So these were the economic importance of forests. What are the importance of economic significance? That is wood. The chief product of forest has various domestic and industrial use. When wood is used as fuel, it is considered better than coal. Why? Because sulfur and ash content are very low. Besides fuel, wood forests provide raw material for wood-based industries such as pulp and paper and composite wood, rayon and sports goods, boat building, matches, etc. So all these industries are based on forest, means these are forest-based industries. They are getting their raw material from the forest in the form of wood. Okay, children. So as we go further, however, excessive use of fuel wood, you can see here, wooden logs are shown in this picture. And now we learn about economic importance. So, however, excessive use of fuel wood results in cutting down a large number of trees. Now, due to this, other important functions of forests suffer greatly. So, the main thing is that we should not cut forests. Okay, children. So far, we have learned here about the three functions of forest. First function is the protective function. Second, we have learned about the productive functions. And third function is the accessory functions. And among the third function, we have ecological importance and economic importance. So children, now we have learned all together about the what are forests and where are they found. As you know, we have learned in the beginning of the chapter, that they are mainly found in the all types of regions like the polar, equatorial and mountainous regions, and they cover about 1/3 of the earth's land surface, which about 50% is occupied by tropical forests. And also we have learned about the importance of forests. So overall, forests are the essential component of an ecosystem. Okay, children. And for humans, forests are useful in so many ways. So in short, how are forests useful to us? They give us oxygen, they purify the air, and they control soil erosion, and they prevent flood also, and they control soil erosion, and what do? They prevent floods also. Humidity, they control humidity and recycling, provide shelter to birds, mammals and other animals, and we get so many products from the forest trees. These products are like timber, cane, bamboos, essential oils, resins, and also we get so many different types of fruit, gum, and also medicinal herbs are grown in the forest, which are used in making so many medicines. Like we get quinine from cinchona tree, and also we get eucalyptus oil, which is used for relief from pain. Okay, children. So this is all we have learned today and revised today in this chapter, forest. So children, your duty is to revise and learn and must grow a plant in your house. Keep growing. Each one, plant one. Means in a flower pot, this is the lockdown time. You all can grow one plant in your flower pot at home, and you see it growing, you will be so happy. So we have to what? Each one plant one. Okay, children. So this is all for today. What we have learned in environmental education, this chapter 5, forests. So children, what is our duty? Our duty is to save forests, conserve forests, and also each one plant one. So thank you for watching. See you in the next class. In the next class, we will be continuing this chapter. Till then, take care and stay safe.